Our parsha describes a scenario where the Jewish army goes out to battle. And as was common in ancient battles, you came to a city, you besieged the city, you would make siege engines, you would put up walls, so you would look around the landscape, you would look for trees to cut down and to use in the battle. And it's here that the Torah says that if you come across a fruit tree, Lo tashchit et eitzah, don't cut down that tree. The tree is not a soldier, it's not an enemy of yours, it's not somebody who's coming against you in battle, and therefore do not destroy it. And from here the Talmud deduces the prohibition of what's called bal tashchit, wanton destruction. To just destroy something. Now in this case, yes, it could be used, but you could also use a tree that doesn't produce fruit. Here you're taking a fruit-producing tree, you're cutting it down, and you are destroying it. And the Talmud goes on to tell us that this doesn't just apply in this scenario of a war. In fact, the Torah is telling us that even in a war, even when destruction is happening and it's completely commonplace, even then, you should not do something that is wantonly destructive. So certainly to waste things, to destroy things that are in good use, is considered to be bal tashchit. Now, this was something that people in previous generations knew a great deal about and appreciated, because it was difficult to get hold of things. Somebody was living in the times of the Mishnah, even somebody living 100, 200 years ago, it wasn't so simple to just go to a store and buy new clothing. People were poor, there was less available, people didn't waste food. But today we live in such an affluent society. We have everything that we want. We have more than we need. And we have so much plastic and so many things, and if we buy something and it doesn't work, we'll just chuck it away and replace it. It's a terrible attitude to have. And the sages tell us, bal tashchit. I gave you this earth, this beautiful earth. There's a midrash that says that when the first man and woman were created, Hashem took them around the garden and said, look at this beautiful world that I created. And I created it for you. Take care not to destroy it, not to mess it up. And unfortunately, we as human beings have really messed up the world. We have been involved in so much wanton destruction. Yes, we're able to justify it, and we say we use it for fuels and for building, but there's so much that we could save. And the Torah says that this should be the attitude of a Jewish person. Even when you go into battle, to not destroy something. Certainly in times of peace. Look at what you can preserve. Look at what you can use. And don't just buy in to the throwaway society. I wish you a good Shabbos.